Hey everyone, Dennis Kay here with Belize Islands Real Estate. Today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what to build on some of these vacant lots that you've been buying or looking to buy, because that's the second question, right? Number one is if I procure the lot and I find a lot that I like at a good price and a good area, then the next step is sometime down the road I'm going to want to have a vacation home or retirement home or some sort of property that generates some income that I can rent out either long term, which means 6 months or 12 months lease, or maybe I want to rent to the overnight guest. For example, the tourist that comes down for a week or more during the warm season, during the cold season in the north, warm season in Belize. Or maybe opposite. Maybe they have kids, so they're off school during the summer, so they want to take advantage of that time off to come down to Belize for an extended time. Whatever the case, a lot of you have been asking me questions about how the build process works, what they can have built fairly inexpensively, and what can they build if they have a little bit bigger budget. So first of all, let me address this just in a couple different ways. Number one, let me just address the lot itself first. So in Belize, most vacant lots are sold in their raw native state, meaning they've looked the same as they've looked today for the past 20 years, 100 years, 1,000 years. Nothing's been done to them. They haven't been touched. So in that case, they don't look very pretty. Most of them are just scrubby, have some limestone at the surface rather. They don't have big, beautiful palm trees on them right now. So what happens is when you go to build, and not before, for example, if you buy a lot now and you're not going to build for 5 years, don't touch the lot. You don't need to have it resurveyed. You don't need to fill it. You don't need to clear it or anything like that. Just leave it sit in its raw native state. Because here's the thing. If you clear it now, you pay somebody, I don't know, $500, come in and clear it. You might be able to see what your lot looks like on the ground, but that's going to grow back within 6 months, a year. So you're going to have to do it again when you go to build. So if you buy a lot today, leave it in its raw native state. Your carrying costs are so minimal. I mean, you're talking just pay your property taxes. Property taxes are anywhere from $100 to $150 a year. Just sit on it. Don't do anything. Then, when you get ready to build, your builder will bring in a couple truckloads of crushed limestone. So there's different quarries on the island. They'll bring over a couple truckfuls of crushed limestone, level the lot out, get off any trees. They'll completely clean it. So it doesn't matter what it looks like today, because before your builder starts to build, he will completely level and clear your lot so it looks as barren as the Sahara Desert, as clean as the moon. It'll look just ugly, right? Then he will build your home, whatever kind of home you want to build. Now, when you're looking for a home, some of you have been looking at these Mennonite homes that are built in the mainland, in the Spanish Lookout area, or other sorts of Belizean hardwood homes. And the problem with looking online at those homes is that they're normally shown brand new, brand spanking new set up somewhere. Again, so the landscaping just isn't very appealing at all. You're thinking, you know what? I pictured my dream home in Belize looking a little better than that. Well, here's the thing. Once your home is set up on your lot and your builder's complete, then he'll bring in fast-growing palm trees, bougainvillea, other tropical foliage, plant all that, and make use of rainwater so it's well watered. And literally, within 6 months to a year, you can have a beautiful looking yard. Beautifully landscaped, exactly what you have pictured in your mind. So keep that in mind. When you're looking at a lot today, it's ugly. It's going to get even uglier as they bring in fill, as they clear it. Then your home's going to be built. Then finally, all this beautiful landscape can be brought in. You can do a lot of cool things too in Belize with landscaping, by the way, and then have that beautiful home you're looking for. So now what types of homes should you be looking at? Well, many of you who are looking at these lower price lots, for example, I have some resales right now going for $29,900. I have some close to a Secret Beach that are going for around $40,000 to $45,000. So for those lots, what I would recommend is you start to look at these mahogany Belizean hardwood homes. Now there's a couple ways to get these homes built. Number one, you can hire somebody on island to do it. There's several local builders that build very nice hardwood homes. For example, Armando Granell is a good friend of mine. He's built homes for several of my clients, and he has built very high-end hardwood homes. These aren't necessarily starter homes. These are very, very good quality. For example, the house that you see here in this photo, Granell built this house. Beautiful, inside and out. Now, as it started off, it looked just like a normal mahogany home. Brown exterior, brown interior, nothing fancy about it. But you see, when it was finished, all painted white, had some really good thoughts put into the interior design, to getting the furnishings just right, the artwork just right. Look what a beautiful home this has become. So this is what you can do with any Belizean hardwood home. You just have to have enough vision and forethought as what it can become. Now, for those of you looking to get something just basic, just to have a foothold on the island, like I talked about in one of my other videos, you don't have to have nothing fancy. Just get yourself a place to lay your head at night and to make your morning coffee, and then go out and enjoy the island. So, for example, if you wanted to do that, there are several different home builders on the mainland of Belize. One is called, I think, Villa Linda Home Builders, or Casa Linda. I'll send you the link. And the other one is called Pletz Home Builders. And as you can see here, they have several different styles, and they build based on the width and the length of the home. So you can do 15 by 20, 20 by 20, 20 by 40, 15 by 30. You see all these different sizes here. And then you see two different prices. One is just for the shell, and then one is for a completed home, including plumbing and electric and windows, doors, things like that. So you have your two different prices. And keep in mind, when you're looking at these websites, most of the prices are in Belize dollars, which is one Belize dollar equals 50 cents US. So if you see a quote here where it says this home cost, say, $50,000 complete, that means it's 25,000 US. Now, if you notice, some of these homes say this includes delivery to certain parts of the mainland. Delivery to the islands is going to be a little bit different, and depending on the size of the house. For example, they might not be able to ship some of the larger homes from where they build them to Belize City to put them on a barge to get them to Ambergris Caye. So they could ship them in sections, or they could ship partitions out to the island and then have their guys come out and build. And I think it's kind of cute or interesting or funny, whatever, that in the pricing it says that for homes being built on the Caye, this is the price, assuming that you're going to be able to put up the workers overnight in some sort of residence, which is not a problem. You can always find space for the workers, but that's included because you need to host your workers somewhere, and that can be a lot of money if they don't know how to get to affordable housing. So yeah, so that's it. So you can go that route. Will Mitchell's also doing a fantastic job building in a portion of the Grand Belizean Estates development. For example, this house, which I filmed about a year and a half ago, he said he built this beautiful house. It's a two-bedroom, I think it's a two-bedroom, one bath. And I asked him, I said, how much do you have into it total? I mean, that's everything. Because I know that the shell and the finishing is one thing, and then you put it up on the support pillars. And he told me, he said, Dennis, he goes with some solar, so you have some power in the house, rainwater cistern, septic, furnishings, everything, turnkey, including the palm trees that he planted. I think he's got about 70,000 into it. 70,000 US, not bad. Of course, then plus the price of the lot. And those lots right now are selling for 35 in that area. So for 105, you got yourself an island home. It's about a mile and a quarter away from the beach, so why not, huh? So if you want to build something like this, for example, close to Secret Beach, I have a lot right now in the Ambergris Woods subdivision for $35,000, 2 blocks away from all the action at Secret Beach. So you buy a lot for 35, spend another 70, maybe 75 because you want to add some personal touches, maybe a larger veranda or something, and for 110,000, you have a beautiful home 2 blocks from the beach. You can't beat that. But this also works good for beachfront lots. Somebody says, I want a home on the beach. Well, I have a beachfront lot right now for $155,000. So you got $155,000. Let's say you spend a little bit more on the home, and you spend $100,000 on the home. So $155,000 plus $100,000, maybe you got say $255,000, $260,000 into it. By the time it's all said and done, so $260,000 for an actual beachfront house in Belize. Pretty good deal. So let me know if you have any other questions on this. Like I said, there's other options too for building. For example, very good client of mine, Keith, he built this very modern, upscale concrete home right at Secret Beach. In fact, it's a rental on Airbnb if you want to check it out. It's pretty spectacular. But you see, it's 2 stories, has a pool, solid concrete construction. Now, obviously, for something like this, it's going to be quite a bit more. You're talking about a lot of labor going into this. Concrete block being brought over, cement, mixers, everything. A much larger cistern for your water, bigger septic system for your waste, much larger solar system because you're powering now an entire home like this. That includes a home for rentals. So sometimes people renting want a little bit more power usage. They don't want the what is it called? guys who live out off-grid. They don't want the off-grid experience. They want the American experience, but sort of like off-grid. So anyway, so he's got quite a bit more money into this house, but it shows what these builders can build off-grid in and around Secret Beach. And you might want something in a combination of this. You can start off, for example, if you buy a lot, you can start off with just getting something small, maybe a 400 or 500 square foot home, just a simple little 2-bedroom, 600 square foot home. And then when you go to retire or build, take that home, maybe move it to the back of the property and build yourself your concrete tower if you want, and maybe have both. You have an income property, a personal use property. You can do a lot. So anyways, I hope this helps. I hope this gave you some ideas to think about. Again, many of you are asking for approximate pricing, so I will include the links to these different home builders on Ambergris Caye. If you have any questions at all regarding building, oh yeah, one more person asked about can I rent out my house and Airbnb? Yes, absolutely you can. You just have to apply for a Belize Tourism Board rental license for your place. They want to make sure it's up to snuff. So when overnight guests come, they have a nice experience. But yeah, many of my clients are building homes, renting them out on Airbnb, renting them out long-term. Absolutely possible, and I highly encourage it. All right, thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day. Hope you're staying safe wherever you are, and hopefully this coronavirus isn't affecting you and your loved ones too bad. But be safe. Continue to show respect for life and limb. And again, look forward to seeing all of you in Belize sometime in the near future. Take care. Talk to you soon.